Right. It is July 2nd, 2017. Got a little San Pedro problems here and there. Biggest problem, look at these plants are doing great. I've got a lot of San Pedros. Generations of them now for the last, how long have I been growing these things now? 11 years, almost 12 years I've been growing these San Pedros. Anyways, this is a problem I've had a bit frequently, and that is problems with falling over. As you can see here, these have pretty much just disintegrated. That pot's falling apart too, so I need to transplant all of that. And I've got so many San Pedros right now that it's absolutely ridiculous. This is part of the collection, so to speak. There's more, but I'm just focusing on these because of the issue with the falling over syndrome here. What I'm going to simply do is, first of all, I'm going to have to get another pot, which I do have over here. And so I'm going to have to go ahead and cut these, though. They're at a point where they're just hurting themselves. There's no more sense in trying to, keep them alive when they've already got fractures in them. And these San Pedros are so long that they're probably going to become a few, like it's going to turn into like 5 San Pedros. Look at this. This has got some growth coming out of it right here, but look at the rest of his body. Look at that. The pot is just absolutely disintegrated. It went on for years, I guess. I don't even remember how long ago it's been since I transplanted San Pedros. Probably last spring. So anyway, so this is where I'm at right now. These all survived the winter in the greenhouse. But again, just this problem has been recurring. I've got more in my greenhouse that are cuttings that I still haven't even transplanted yet. I've got an abundance of San Pedro right now. And it's an honor to be able to grow it, of course, but it's a lot of cacti. So anyway, so I guess I'll go ahead and show you all what I'm doing here. You can see already there's a fissure in the, let me move that. That's Dead's, what's her name? Queen Anne's lace. Anyways, there's a fissure right here already where it cracked from the fall. So I figure I might as well just cut it right about there. And we'll probably go ahead and take it off down there too. We're going to end up with probably about 3 cacti out of this because this is too skinny anyways. Right there's going to be a problem later on. So I'm going to go ahead, and there it went right through, no problem at all. So we've got us a big chunk here. Not very wide, that's the big issue again. It's probably about 1.5 inches wide, but then it thins out, it tapers here probably from the winter. So there's one. Now this piece here, I don't know, I guess we'll leave them there. Maybe I can change it all out by moving the pot. Maybe it'll help correct this situation, I don't know. But either way, this guy's got a fissure right there, cut. Notice how quickly the knife goes through it. They were already cracked, already damaged. Over here, we have an interesting situation. Like I said, I've got this long San Pedro who's really in poor shape. I need to cut these oleanders. There's too many of them invading. And taking over some of my pots with San Pedros in them, so they don't need more competition here. But of course, they may be helping them stand upright. Who knows? Anyways, this one I think I'm going to go ahead and cut right below the new growth. Looks like there's probably a fissure there too, somewhere right along the line. So we'll go ahead and do that right here. Again, easy to cut through, no problem. I'll cut it at an angle. And now I have 3 chunks here of San Pedros, which again, like I said, look at the growth on this. It's growing up in the air, so this is definitely going to be cut down. In fact, all 3 of them are. So the next step is to move this mama into a pot that's not falling into disintegration mode. I'm going to cut out these oleanders that are invading the pots, like here. I like oleanders, but not in my San Pedros. There's a lime tree right there. It died over the winter, but it's come back. There's San Pedros right there with it. There's another one that did the same trick where it's falling over. Somehow it has managed to stay here, though I don't know how. It's hanging on by a thread there with its roots. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and probably chop these up into what I think will be reasonable new cacti. So I guess if you want to hang out with me, I'll go ahead and do that now too. So looking at this guy, I'm already assuming we're going to trim off the top because it's thicker here. This is where it gets thick. So we're going to cut it again at an angle. One shot right through it, no problemo. Now we're going to let this dry out. This will be its own little baby San Pedro as well. So this will be a whole nother San Pedro. Again, cut it at an angle whenever you transplant. You guys, if you've watched other videos on these, you know how to do this. This one, this chunk, I'm going to go ahead and split it. I'm going to cut it where it starts to get skinny. Hopefully that'll help. Again, cut it at an angle. Now I've got 3 San Pedros here. So once I get a chance to transplant them off till they dry out, oh, there we go. We have more. And here we go. We got another chunk. Let's take a look at this guy and see where the best cut would be. Best cut's going to be right up here. You notice it starts to get, again, it's fatter here. And then we have 4 chunks. I've got a nice fat body going, and then it starts to get skinny. Cut it right here. And we now have another chunk. This small chunk here, I guess this can be used too in another pot. Or I can split it in half so it doesn't have the skinny center, which I actually think is a better idea. So I will do so. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 San Pedro chunks, which is 7 plants. Here, this is an obvious fix. Cut this off. Let's just cut this guy right about here. And there we go. And now we have 8. That'll be a nice one. This piece is very old. This is from an original mother plant. Too bad she's doing the curvy curve thing, but we'll go ahead and cut her also where she begins to go skinny, which is up about right here. And there we go. And this curve I don't like, but not much to be done about that aspect. This one we can transplant her in the ground, put her in deep, maybe like right up to there, and we'll have another one that's pretty good size. So there's my problem, huh? I've got too many San Pedros. They're crazy. That's 9 new ones. Now I'm going to have to go ahead and transplant this mother old plant into a better pot. So let me go grab that pot. It's a bigger pot. Hopefully it'll be all right in there. I should get my gloves though. I may go ahead and just finish the video here. Either way, this is my problem. This is my San Pedro problem. Tipping over plants, awkward shapes, and when they do have this type of situation going on, guess what ends up happening? I end up with more San Pedros. So some people might look at that as a blessing. I see it as a mixed blessing because I have so many. You know, it's a lot of work keeping them up. But I love them. They're beautiful, weird cacti. I've got my Coryphantha and my Peruvian torch too. But this is my most prolific of all. So, anyways, that was it. Just something interesting to share with you guys today. My San Pedro dilemma. The multiplication of San Pedros due to other problems. Goes on for infinity. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Take care. I might do a second part later. We'll see. Bye-bye.